It's April 8th. Pretty sure the freezes are over with. So everything here is here to stay. I'm assuming except for the bugs. So we'll start off with this pear. This is the 4th year the pear has been in the ground, and it's got, usually the fruits get this big and then the freezes come and split them in half. Last year the freeze was 26. This year we stayed above. We only had 2 freezes in March, and the rest the frost-free days, even though it was very close. So I was almost gonna dig this pear tree out, but I kept it. I'm glad I kept it because it's starting to give a good amount of pears that it held on to. However, I still don't know. It's still a little close. And right next to that, we have the Santa Rosa plum tree. This one I had almost taken out, but I noticed something along with the Santa Rosa plum and with the Toka plum. They both have Egyptian walking onions at the base, and they have no pest issues. If you look at the fruits on the Santa Rosa, my issue is that it didn't produce anything, so I didn't want to keep it. But now you go down every branch. I mean, it's ridiculous how many. There might be 1 or 2 bites on some of these, but it's nothing compared to the others. Like the fruits on the Santa Rosa, this thing has been in the ground for 3 years. If I back up, oh, let me get my hand on it so I can get an idea. Hand can't go all the way around. And then back up, and that's the Santa Rosa. I actually have, don't know how tall it is, and right next to it we have the Toka plum. This one is a little bit too young to be affected by the plum capulio right now, but it's probably coming. This one put out a lot. I'm surprised. And while we're back here, we might as well take a look. This is my first attempt at the remnants of I ran a fall garden for the first time, and this is what's left over. So I just used my first 2 bottle gourds, turn them into birdhouses, because I have a little wren or something that moved in right here, and it's got the babies in there. So I want to give a better home. But anyway, the raised beds, there's 7 of them. It's really nothing but a bunch of bok choy, lettuces, carrots, peas, potatoes. I got a jump start on the potatoes. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I put them in because they survived. Nothing too much, pretty much peas, lettuces, different types of lettuces too. We got butter crunch, we got this red lettuce down here, a couple of them, some more of these onions, potatoes in every bed, Brussels sprouts. There are no bugs on any of these plants. These 2 kale, I'm letting go to seed so I can collect my seed. But yeah, there's no bugs, there's no pest on any of these lettuces. Nothing, no bugs, no pesticides, no nothing. I don't know if it's time for them to wake up. Anyway, we got beets too. Lots of beets. I'm harvesting beets now. I actually enjoy them. Bok choy is going to flower, so these are just going to the chickens. More kale, more kale. More kale here. Potatoes in every bed. Sorry, I'm moving around so much. Back bed just got peas. Strawberries are doing okay. And here we have another persimmon tree, or the first persimmon tree on the list, Makiwa Jiro. Persimmon, I just moved it. So we'll see if it can grow. Again, I'm having a hard time getting ready to put my spring crops in because these are all left over from my fall garden. So I'm gonna have to start pulling stuff out. And this I'm letting go to flower so I can collect the seed pods for the Mizuna again. More lettuces. Oh, we also have spinaches throughout. And the key here is I'm using carrots a lot too because they shade out. And then it's so easy to start seeds in here all summer under the carrots. So the peas are gonna go up the trellis. The trellis is gonna protect the birds. And as we look into the backyard, this is another Orient pear tree again over here. Now I was planning on taking out this pear tree, so I ended up replacing it and put another pear tree right here. So I got to decide if I'm going to keep this pear tree here or move it. So we walk down the trail. Underneath your head you've got pears. As you walk the trail, look up, you've got the Toka plum. Right above your head, tons of little plums, Toka bubblegum plum. Blueberry bush right here. We have another pear tree that's replacing this pluot. It's not a very good pluot. It's called the emerald drop. It was known as a pollinated pluot on the Dave Wilson. It's okay, but for some reason it just doesn't feel reliable. This is another Orient pear tree. It's got a decent amount, but this is coming out and being replaced by a Crimson Crisp apple, which hasn't started blooming yet. Down here we have a gooseberry. We have a gummy berry. And here we have some type of, I think it's a seedless Canada's grape. It's gonna take over the chicken pen fencing. Turn around here, this is new. This peach tree I just put in, and it looks like it's a donut peach. I didn't order a donut peach, the flat peach, but if they did, send that on accident. I'm gonna be pretty happy about that. So taking a look towards the back, the same. I've already pointed out those blueberry bushes everywhere. Keep walking this way. This is a apple tree right here. What is this? Sundance apple. And it's going to be taking over this Flavor Queen pluot. The Flavor Queen pluot, I'm sorry, puts out good pluots, but the bugs slaughter it. And the bark has had a pretty hard time. You see that? But it's still shining. It's still putting out lots of fruit. It just, I guess it can't withstand the pressure of the pest. Here we go down here. We have another persimmon. This one is the, I'm not sure, it's like a cone shaped, I believe astringent persimmon. But this is my biggest one now. Last year my Fuyu persimmon had died. But this is, oh, I can't remember which persimmon. Anyway, I'll get back to it. But we have one pawpaw tree here. I was just given to for free. Very nice lady. Gave me the pawpaw for free. So she gave me 2 of these, so I put it in. As we come down, walking towards the front yard, we've got more trees if we look ahead. So as you walk down here, you look up in the sky, you got peaches above your head as you walk down this trail. And then you look down to the right and you've got branches that are just sagging. And if you look to see why, look at that. This is some pluot. I don't remember what pluot. It's safe to say that I'm gonna have some fruit on here. But this is a ridiculous fruit set. Now this tree right here does keep fruit during the freezes, I've noticed, but dang, this is ridiculous. Let me take a look back at the shape of this tree. I'm getting me a Paul Gauchi tree here now. Look at that, the way it's hanging down from so much fruit. I'll take it. Anyway, come back down as you look down the path. Look up, here's another peach tree. More peaches up here right above your head. And here is another pluot. Just gotta duck under here. Crazy, huh? You gotta duck under the peaches. Look up and then you get the pluot tree right here. Not sure the varieties, I can go through and look, but I'm happy with them. Like they did well. So these are 2 pluots. Maybe it's a Dapple Supreme and Dapple Dandy. I don't remember. Right next to it, touching, we have another peach tree. Last year, this peach tree kept everything through the freezes. It was very hardy, but the bugs got it. I know I'm going all over. Here we have an apium tree. These were gonna get taken out, but they're putting out little apiums and they kept it. These things got real squishy. You can't see them, but they're up here in little clusters. It's just hard to see. No good contrast. Anyway, I miss so much stuff. You know, here we have a sea berry nitrogen fixers, but I'm not even gonna need them. Here we have an Indian blood cling peach, I believe it. It's only been in the ground for 1 year. I picked it up last winter and it had a good bit of peaches on it, but I guess it dropped it, which is cool, because if you're in the first year, I don't expect it really to hold much fruit. So blueberry bushes all down the trail, common theme, blueberry and blackberry. Let's go back this way. Blackberry bushes are starting to flower, tons of flowers. Like it's it's ready to show out and put some more out again. You guys, this pluot tree is just insane. So I don't want to thin because I don't want the bugs to get all my good ones. I want them to come back out to some fruit that they already chewed on, like this one, and they eat that 2 or 3 times. But if I just keep giving them clean fruit. All right, this one right here is a spring satin pluot. I feel like it's a very weak tree, so it's being replaced right here with the Liberty apple. I feel pretty confident with that decision. And here we go, another blackberry bush. And to get an overall view again, here's trees. I got 2 pluot trees arching over. Peach trees as well. And the peach trees, they haven't been touched by any pests. I'm surprised so far, nothing. They're beautiful. There's nothing on any of them, not a single bite. Just on the pears and plums. Anyway, come up, and these are Alberta peaches. These 2 peach trees, they've been around for maybe, this will be their 3rd spring now. Now, let's make our way back towards the front yard. Here we have a contender peach. It does have peaches on it. I put this in last year too. This has been in the ground for 1 year. I put it in when I realized last year that all my freeze broke dormancy too soon. So contender peach was still dormant when the last freezes were here. So I decided to grab that. Here we have a little sad pawpaw, but it's still alive, and hopefully it'll do something. Come up to my hammock spot. Yeah, this zigzag pattern. Grapevine is starting to break out dormancy. This one is a red grape. It has seeds in it, but it's like grape seeds, good for you, right? And the view from the back porch. Got an elderberry tree, a couple Orient pears. Just walk around. I come out in the morning, reach up, grab a grape. I got this log here that's about to be growing some dragon tongue beans, so I'll grab a green bean, reach over here, grab myself a Bartlett pear and some blackberries. Then I'll reach right here, I'll grab me a handful of blueberries, some more blueberries. Then I'm gonna come up here and grab me some chicken eggs. Where are they at? Yeah, I'll come grab me some chicken eggs. Where I got 4 birds. Oh, and then a donut peach. But now, after all that food, I'm gonna walk back down, drop in the hammock, and take a nap. All right. Now the front yard is nothing really to brag about, but the smell of this jasmine is pretty good. The entrance to the back. Now in the front yard, we have a few things going on. We have a new grape I just planted, but it broke dormant, or I planted it when it was sprouted. It froze, fell off. I hope it's still alive. But we have this one ready to go in. So here's the rest of the bottle gourds, which we will be turning into birdhouses. And here's another peach tree in the front of the driveway. Tons of peaches on this one for the first time. Trying to capture my runoff right here. But peaches, yeah, again, no pest problems at all on the peaches. Maybe they're coming later. Blueberry bush. Here's a Fuyu persimmon right here. So this will be the 3rd persimmon. We had the Makiwa Jiro, and then we had this one. And I still don't remember the other persimmon that was already breaking dormancy. Here we have another fig. We have a potato plant, just got potatoes growing. A self-fertile muscadine. I'm ready for muscadine. Now, I decided for the kids, it was gonna plant some grass, so they do have some grass to run their feet on. I planted that fescue in the wintertime. 2 pear trees, 2 Asian pears. They're not producing because I messed up pruning. Down here we have a couple lavender plants, pineapple guava, some more phenomenal lavender, cherry tree, and I didn't even finish up down here. We have a blueberry bush, And then I've got these blue false indigos planted all over the yard. And here we have another peach tree. It's a Loring peach. I just moved this because I decided I was going to keep the Orient pear. I'm going to remove some more mulch down here so the kids have a little section to play in. Grass hasn't come up. And here we have a Honeycrisp apple in the front yard. This one is just now waking up, the Honeycrisp. This will be its second spring in the ground, I believe. I believe it's been in the ground for 2 whole years. Here we have the second pawpaw that was given to me for free as a gift, and somebody had said that it wouldn't amount to really anything because such a long stick in a potted plant with some messed up roots, but we'll see. It's a free pawpaw, 2 of them. Here we have another apple tree. I don't know the variety of it, but it smells amazing, and it's putting out a good bit of apples. I'll let it keep about 5. Here's a Nikita's gift persimmon. Just put that in the ground. We'll see how that does. Here is a pawpaw from seed. This will be going on the 3rd year. Let's walk up the back. Now there's a coming up on the side of the house. Put in a fig tree right here. Here's the backyard garden, or the side garden. And here we have a luscious pear tree. It's doing for the first time, but I'm not gonna let it keep all these. It's a little young. Another pineapple guava, loquat. I actually have 3 loquats. And these figs, for the first time, they survived the cold. So this will be the first time I get to start figs from an already established branch. So hopefully I can get some good sized figs here and not have to wait till October. Blueberries, they're doing like blueberries do. You got about 35 blueberry bushes out here. Cranberry bush. I cannot eat cranberries. These things are the worst. But I still got the cranberry flowers. I'm still gonna keep it. Now, this pawpaw, I keep hearing people say that you cannot get fruit if you only have 1 pawpaw. To me, it looks like some of these little fruit buds are getting pollinated, but every time I ask somebody, they say, no, you can't. You gotta get, and now I do have many pawpaws, but this is the only one that has branches. This is the only one that, everything else is just a stick, so this would have pollinated itself. Because some of these right here, you know, they look rough and they just fall off. But some of these, they're on there pretty good. They're not coming off. So maybe you only need 1 pawpaw if it's the right variety. Blackberry bush up front, making babies, so I can spread the blackberry bush. Cherry tree, I've got 3 of these. The Rainier, the Royal Rainier. I don't even know. I can't remember which ones I've got. Anyway, these cherry trees, they're doing something, but out of the front yard, I'm only expecting fruit from the pawpaw. The blueberry bushes and the peach tree, but everything else is being set up for a wonderful year next year. So we got these are going into Jamaican sorrel. Putting those in. And these 2, I'm not sure when, but these are supposed to be walking stick kale, so huge kale plants. So got a few of those going. And I'm starting to put in my ground, my squashes, my vine squashes, because if 1 bottle gourd vine did double that, then you better believe I'm doing all kind of butternut squash and gourds out here. But let's see, I don't think I missed anything. So if you're going into the backyard, you shut the gate, and that's it. I wanted to build a fruit paradise where you come in, pick fruit everywhere you go, and it's a blackberry bush, a blueberry bush, a peach tree, pluot. This is a moonglow pear, spring satin pluot. You keep coming, you got a duck under the fruit. Blackberry bush, blackberry bush, blueberry bush, blueberry bush. Let me just stop shaking the camera so much. Go on there. We have a blackberry. We've got, and Saijo. This is a Saijo persimmon, Saijo. And I will not let this have any fruit this year. It's gonna be taken off. Blueberry bush. Here's the pawpaw again. That's a loquat. I'm not counting that as anything. I've abused that tree. Here's a peach tree that came up from seed. And let me try to smooth this out. Donut peach. And then you walk down the trail and you've got the Orient pear with a decent fruit set. They're pretty much too high to grab, but they're up there. And then you come down, Santa Rosa plum tree hiding in the shade. Another elderberry. That is the emerald drop pluot. And again, just looking up, as you look through the sunlight, it's actually kind of nice to look up. And you know, we had the eclipse today and we didn't die like all those people thought that were out prophesizing falsely under God's name, which was kind of upsetting. So again, the garden, the first time doing a fall crop, I need to get all this stuff out so I can get my spring crop in. And hopefully we get some birds. And that's it. Should be no more frost. Hopefully next time I record this, there's going to be tons of different colored berry balls up in these trees, like Willy Wonka. Like, I'm hoping this thing is full of plums, the toka plum. I mean, if you look at this thing, each of these little fray looking things is just a shuck with a plum in it. And last year it didn't do anything. And the Santa Rosa plum, again, I'm glad I decided to keep it. Right up here, again, as soon as you're trying to walk to the backyard, you're gonna be banging your head on all these pears. But for some reason, the plum curculio is getting the pears, but I think the denominator is that I put this Egyptian walking onion under these two plums. So I just popped an Egyptian walking onion under here. I put one here to go under my buffalo berry. And I've also put one under that pluot. So I'm gonna start multiplying this Egyptian walking onion and putting it under every single fruit tree. Other than that, let's see what the bugs let me have until next time.